Hi guys, it's Hannah here. I'm a 29-year-old cash budgeter and stuffer, and this is HF Budgets. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. I am pre-filming this as I am on I'm out visiting some family friends in Portland for Easter, but we're trying to stay consistent with our cash stuffing, so here we are. Today we are going to be cash stuffing, I believe it's $385 if I can remember correctly. I do have my wallet here. So let's go ahead and give this a count and then we'll dive right in. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 5, 85, 95, 3, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 66, 7, 8, 9, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 385 that we are working with today. How is everyone's first week of April going? Still kind of crazy to me that we are in our first week of April, but we are here and we've made it. But yeah, all right. Let's jump into our wallet. I don't think I have any coins. No, the only coins I have are pennies and those stay in my wallet. Sorry to my piggy bank. And we do have some money left over from last week's spending. We have $20, $40, $50, $60 that will go into our savings challenge. So I will go ahead and stick that in the back. And we will go ahead and stuff this for next week. And we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 20, 40, 60. Let me see, how did I break this down? Yeah, should be good. That one's actually a little nicer, so 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 75 going into my wallet. But as you know, we do not stuff the full 175 into my wallet. We are gonna jump into our savings challenges and we are gonna pull out our Under the Sea savings challenge by the Fancy Dollar. I got this over on Instagram from the Fancy Dollar, so if you're interested in any of her challenges, she does do drops on Instagram, not via Etsy or Kofi, but definitely go check her out. Katie is amazing and she is one of the sweetest people to order from, so highly recommend when she does her next drop. And so typically we put in $30 each week and we have a 15 and a 15. So we're gonna do the next 30. I'm debating, no, because I need to get gas and groceries this coming week after I get back. So we're gonna put $30 in, which means we will finish this challenge next week with $5, $10, $15, $20, which is fantastic. I kind of have an idea of where this is gonna go to. Typically it goes towards travel, but I am thinking it is going to go towards clothing, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, so adding the $30 from our wallets, we now have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 180 in this savings challenge. Fantastic. We will jump to our other savings challenges towards the end of the video, which this means we should have 145 in our wallet for the week. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 45. Yeah, 145 in our wallet for groceries, gas, eating out, and spending money. Fantastic. I will set that to the side. I'm actually gonna set that up here. And we will jump into our binders. So starting off here in our first binder is our brown binder. Health today is gonna get its typical 5. So now in health, we have 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, and 72. $72 in personal health, which is a good amount. Household today is also getting 5, and we now have 20, 30, 45 in household. All right, jumping into skincare. Skincare is getting 5 as well. And skincare now has 50, 60, 65, 70, and 75 in skincare. Initially, I was going to cap this. I might continue to let it grow. I'm taking a trip to Japan in October, and we'll probably use some of this money instead of like my typical travel money to get some skincare from there. So that is my thought behind continuing to stuff this past 100, I think. All right, jumping into emergency. Emergency is going to get 5 today. And we are working on the savings challenge from NessaBudgets. I got this over on her Etsy, and we are going to cross out this next 5. So now in emergency, we have $1, $2, $3, $400 in the bank, 20, 25, 30, and 35. 435 in emergency. Stick that back in. All right, Christmas today is gonna get its typical 5. And now in Christmas, we have 100 in the bank, 20, 40, 45, 46. And then last but not least in our brand binder, we have car maintenance, which is gonna get 5. And now it has 100 in the bank, 20, 40, 45. 145 in car maintenance. All right, jumping into our green binder, which houses a majority, all the rest of our sinking funds. We will first start with Costco. Costco today is going to get $5. And now Costco has 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, 7, and $68 in Costco. H Mart is going to get 5. And now in H Mart we have 20, 30, 40, 45, and 50. We did cap H Mart at 50 last time. I think I'm going to cap it at 100, so we'll keep stuffing 5 in each week. Friends is going to get 5, so we now have 20, 25, and $30 in Friends. Personal spending, we're building back up. It has 5 and it's getting 5, so we have a total of $10 in personal spending. And then travel today, travel is going to be getting 15 to bring it up to our next 100. So let's go ahead and give that a count. So we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. This will be going towards the trip that I'm currently on. So like I said, I'm pre-filming this. I will be taking this to use as spending money when I go up to Portland. So that is great. That's great, yeah. All right, moving on. Hannah is getting 5 today, so we have 1, 2, 300, 35, 310 in Hannah. Initially, this was going to be spent on a Jonas Brothers concert in May. We are no longer going to be doing that. We're going to wait for their next tour, so we're just going to keep building this up. Clothing today is going to get 10, so it now has 20, which I will probably have already spent this, but that is okay. That is what it is for. Gifts today is going to be getting 5. So now in gifts we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 in gifts. 30, 40, and Thriving is getting 5. So now we have a total of 10 because it had 5. Budgeting items is also getting 5 today. So we have 10, 20, 25, and 30. And I'm thinking I am going to stick this, when I do my budget with me, I have this as shop small. I might keep this at budgeting items and then cap it. Still thinking that through. Disney spending is going to get 5. Disney spending now has 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, and 86. I think that's one thing that's nice about budgeting week to week is kind of figuring out like, what are some of our savings goals for like, what are some of our smaller savings goals for like, budgeting items or like H Mart, where it's like, okay, these can be capped at a certain amount until it's used, and then we can put what we have been stuffing in that in other envelopes that might need it more. So I like having that flexibility. Tech this week is going to get 5, so now tech has 50, 70, 80, 85 in tech. All right, that is all for our sinking funds. And now we will jump back into our savings challenge binder, which is the most fun to stuff. I mean, they're all fun to stuff because we're adding to our savings goals, but yeah. first off, we are adding $15 into our Savings with Friends challenge book. So I'll go ahead and add this in here. This challenge book is by Budget with Amanda. It's a Disney themed challenge book, and we are currently working on 100 Dalmatians. Last time we scratched the 10 and the 5, so we just added that 15. So now we have 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 61, 2, 3, and $64 saved with this challenge. So I'll go ahead and stick that in there. And we will scratch our next number/numbers if we can do multiple. So we're just gonna keep going down. We'll scratch over here, and we have an 8. We'll do another one. So we have 8 and 6. So next week we'll be stuffing 14 for the 8 and the 6, which is great. I will scratch the remaining of the scratcher off in our budget with me so I know which ones we are saving for. So I'll set that aside. That's exciting. We're almost done with the first challenge within the challenge book, so that is great. Our next challenge is going to be this Road to 500. This week we budgeted $10, so I'll go ahead and pull that, but we are going to put our extra wallet rollover into this, so we're adding $20, $40, $50, $60 on top of the 10. So I'm going to, let me first add it and then we'll color. Okay, so we're adding $70 this week, so now we have a total of $20, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80 in this savings challenge. This will be going towards trip miscellaneous once it's completed. My friends and I are planning a trip to like a local trip, and I didn't pull a color, but we'll do this one. For 4th of July, we always take a 4th of July trip. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So we'll be at 80, and that's what we just counted. Yeah, we do a trip every 4th of July, and we just planned that. So this is going to be saving up for spending money for that. And so the goal is by the end of May, just to have it saved. And then the next savings goal for our wallet rollover will be for our trip to Japan in October, because that we're going to need a lot of spending money for. So that'll be the next priority after this one's completed. All right, so we now have $80 saved in our Save Your Way in on our Road to 500. So that is good. We will set that aside. Up next, we have our Pizza Fridays. This week we are adding $18 into this challenge. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, perfect. Get that all taken care of. We can color in this 18 right here. And now in Pizza Fridays, this is by MikaelaCreationsCo over on Etsy. And now we have a total of 1, 2, 300 in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 412 saved in Pizza Fridays. So we're almost halfway there. This card alone will save us $841. So we are trekking along nicely. All right, next up is, and I don't know if I said this, our Pizza Fridays is going towards our emergency fund. All right, our next savings challenge, we are putting in $16 for our Friends challenge. This challenge is by NessaBudgets over on Instagram. She is back, so definitely go check her out. She has some of the cutest savings challenges. So we did stuff the 16 from last week, and we will scratch our next number for this coming week. And we got a 23, the second highest number. So we will be stuffing $23 into this challenge next week. But after adding the 16, we are sitting at 20, 40, 60, 80, 91, 10, 15, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, and 25. So we have $125 currently saved in this challenge. It'll save us $186 once we're done with this, and this will be going towards an extra car payment. All right, moving on to our first annual challenge. We are adding $7 into this Buttercup Budgets April challenge. Yeah, this is my first time doing a year-long challenge, so super excited for that. We are doing 1 row a week, so we will go ahead and cross off this next row for 7. And now we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, $14 in Buttercup budgets. So we are a week ahead because January had 5 weeks and we did not skip a week. So we will finish hopefully mid-December, early December, mid-December, sometime before the end of the year. Our second year-long challenge that we're doing in this binder is by Budget with Amanda. So we're in April for this as well, and we are going to be stuffing $8. So we're doing a 5 and the 3 here for 8. All right, and now in Budget with Amanda's year long, we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and $16. So $16 in this one. Jumping into F1, this week we are stuffing $4 into F1. I am saving Max Verstappen's points this season, and so he placed 8th in the last race in Japan, so we were adding $4 because that's how many points that he got. So now we are at 10, 11, 12, 13, $14 in our F1 savings challenge. I do have sort of like a tracker in my Formula 1 journal. I journal the races, so if you're interested in seeing that, go ahead and check out my budget with me. That is where you will see that. Moving on, we are going into our second to last savings challenge, which is this Save Your Way or Color and Save with Budget with Carly. I just want to really get to the Save Your Way in 2026. But we are with Budget with Carly, and we are adding $3 this week. So 1, 2, and 3. And we are gonna color in this last main part of the cup for $3. Ooh, that was rough. And this is gonna be going towards some sort of savings, whether it's investment, whether it's my Roth, whether it's emergency or brokerage account. It's gonna go towards some savings. Haven't figured it out. We'll figure it out once it's completed. We are now sitting at $20, $30, $40, $50, $51, $2, $3, $4, and $55 in this savings challenge. And I did get that from Budget with Carly over on Kofi. It was a free download. If you are interested, it was a little while ago, so I'm not sure if it's still up, but definitely go check it out. All right, our last savings challenge today is the Save Your Way in 2026, which is going to be from Shade's Budgets. We are adding $24 into this one, which should be what we have left. So 21, 2, 3, and 4. That is going to be going into this one, and we get to cross out another rectangle here. So we have the 2, 4, 6, 12, 18, 24. 24, and then we have 2 weeks left until we finish this, and the goal was May 1st, so we're finishing it a little early. This is going to be going towards my trip to Europe come the beginning of May, which is why we wanted to finish it by May 1st. So let's go ahead and add this in to see what we are sitting at. So now in Save Your Way in 2026, we have 100 in the bank already, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 208 in Save Your Way in 2026, which is incredible. And we have 2 weeks to go. Awesome. Well, that concludes our cash stuffing for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and a comment. And I will see you guys next time.